Previously on the 456, after a full step-by-step cam belt and tensioner service, the V12 engine was once again back in full swing with the perfection of an Italian opera singer hitting the best notes of his career.
Oh, super happy with that one.
And by doing the work myself, I had the bonus of being able to clean everything up and save a small fortune at the same time, which meant I could then spend the money on more important things. We then proceeded to do the other service items and finally gave the engine bay a long overdue tidy up in the British sunshine. It was then time to test the Ferrari for a couple of weeks before the final stage of work starts on the 456.
So in the 456, it is driving beautifully. It's driving a bit too nice at the moment. It's getting to the point where I actually want to keep this car. It will be a fantastic daily driver. Now, I've got the girls in the car with me. This is why I bought the car to start with. Say hello, girls.
Hello.
We've done the school run. Forget your Chelsea tractors. Forget your Range Rovers, your 4x4s. This is the school pickup car. This is the new school pickup car. The Ferrari 456, cheaper than your average Range Rover by a long shot, and a lot more fun. And it does some nice things, like it makes an incredible noise. Unfortunately, we've got some cars in front, but this baby does not hang around. But today we're going to be switching our focus to the interior of the car and sorting out, well, just a few little things to improve it. We're going to be sorting out the parcel shelf, the seats, a few other bits on the interior, and we're going to be doing it all on a very slim budget of pretty much nothing.
Now, this 456 interior is one of the main reasons that attracted me to this Ferrari. With the contrasting colour combination against the exterior dark metallic grey, I think it looks absolutely stunning. And at first glance, it looks pretty great, but a little deeper look and you can see that it needs some work. Some desperate work, with the main areas being the front seats, door cards, but the big problem is the rear parcel shelf, where the lever has sat baking in the sun for so many years and, like many other 456s, has shrunk. It now looks so bad that we desperately need to fix it, but don't worry, because I've got a cunning plan.
Before we move on with the interior on the 456, there's a couple of toys I want to share with you. This is a decibel meter, and I have wanted one for ages. I've always wondered how loud my Stradale was. Well, as you can see, it's pretty loud. But this baby came from Temu, along with all of this haul over here, which is super cool. Come and check it out. Now, I've been using Temu for a couple of years now, and they keep getting better and better. All of this is guaranteed delivery, it's free shipping, and we've got everything from things that cost a few pence, like these. Does anyone know what this thing is? So we've got an extendable little nozzle there, and we've got a cutout there. What is that for? Well, simply, I've got it on this water bottle. But let's say this is engine oil. You're trying to top up your engine oil. How many times have you spilt engine oil in your engine bay trying to top it up? Well, with this, it just goes like that, and you don't spill anything. Genius. We've got a camera here. This is a video camera. We've got a built-in screen, camera, tiny little thing here, and you've got a little clip there so you can strap it onto your pocket like that. If, let's say you've got a pocket, and again, you can just film. Brilliant for me when I'm filming, doing stuff in the engine or in the car. And while the camera is on me, well, check out the eyewear. These are smart glasses. And, well, again, we got cameras built in here, and we can do videoing, we can do pictures, we can play music. We've got speakers in the arms here, and we've even got AI technology, so I can ask it questions. Absolutely amazing. And you would never know by looking at them that these are actually smart glasses. These kind of look like my normal blue ones that I wear all the time. Check this out. There you go. Now, I've picked products that I am genuinely going to use all the time. This one here is brilliant. It's an electric jack. It comes in this handy little case. We'll be keeping that in the back of the car. The other cool thing with Temu is they've got price protection. So let's say you bought this and within 30 days of you purchasing it, the price drops. Well, you just request a partial refund and they'll make up the difference. I've got something just to tidy up the place. Now I'm going to mount this on the wall in a minute because it gives off a really nice light. But check this out. The dreaded check engine light that we all never want to see on the car dash. Again, something I've wanted in the garage for a very long time. This is a thermal imager. We actually used it on the Ratarossa when we were doing some fault diagnosis on it. Normally these things are hundreds, if not thousands. Check this one out. Really, really a absolute bargain. Something else I didn't realize with Temu is you get 90-day hassle-free returns from the date you purchase any of your products. So download the Temu app, and Temu app new users can get a £100 coupon bundle and lightning deals of up to 90% off by searching my code, which is there on the screen in the Temu search bar like this. And you can also click on my link in the description below the video.
Back to the 456 interior, and I've started to strip out the rear of the car. Removing the back seats and headrest was really simple, just 4 10mm bolts, and then it's onto the parcel shelf. As with everything on these Ferraris, it's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, working out which bits need to come off first and in sequence, then discovering hidden screws behind speaker grills, but eventually it all came out. It was then time to get the 456 back inside where we can work on the next steps of my interior restoration.
All right, with everything stripped out, let's check out what we've got to work with. So it comes in a few pieces. We've got the rear brake light, which I've got a plan with. We've got a central piece here, 2 side bits. We've got the speaker covers. Now, very weirdly, underneath this panel, there was 2 spare covers. So we've got 2 sets of covers. If anyone needs a set of speaker covers for a 456, let me know. Anyway, either set, they're both rubbish. We've got to refurbish them. Look at the state of that. So speaker covers, and then on each of the side parts, we've got a panel here. So effectively about 5, 6 different parts there. Now here is the plan. This is just black leather. Now the weird bit about this, look at this middle bit here. This is obviously where it wraps over, and that is grey leather. So I don't know if that is from factory like that. It's been obviously dyed and sprayed black, but rather strange, grey to black. So I have picked up on eBay this cut off black leather from a whole hide, £20. The only thing about this is, it's been stored and it's a little bit creased, so we've got to try and get those creases out. The plan is what we're going to do is piece by piece, strip this back. As you can see, this one's pretty much coming off anyway, and rub it all down, get rid of all this nasty stuff. It definitely can't get any worse than this. Look at this. That is, can you hear that? Just solid leather. Someone's obviously attempted to do some kind of repair on this in the past. Look, we've got a load of staples in here that have rusted, but check this out. It's just absolutely solid. That's it. And there you go, look at that. It doesn't hardly move. rigid leather. Okay, so that's one stripped. We're going to give it a bit of a clean up, sand it down a little bit, and then figure out the pattern we need to cut to make that right. So let's strip the other ones down. Just make sure it's all good. There's no cracks in it. Happy days. Now this middle section comes with the central brake light here. It just fits on the end like that. But that central brake light was only fitted to American, I think Canadian spec 456s. And actually, when you look out of the rear view mirror, it kind of gets in the way a little bit. It's sat up there. So I am tempted to just get rid of this and keep that nice and smooth. However, it is going to be a case, we've got a little dip here and a cutout there. So once we've removed this, we should be able to just fill those two. We'll fill that one and smooth that blanket all out. What I'll do is just fill in that hole and then blank that over, just skim it so it's all nice and smooth here. Again, sand that all off, and we'll have ourselves a European spec centerpiece. Really could have done with a bigger hide. And the other issue is if we come in here, I've got the two side panels, one there and kind of roughly one there of leather, but we've also got the center pieces to go here and here, which we need a little extra. So I might struggle with this one. Let's see how we get on. I'm going to hit this with some trim tack. Okay, so we've left everything to dry overnight, and well, I'm pretty happy with the results so far. Certainly a lot better than this old, very dry, crispy leather that came off of the car. But we have one slight dilemma. This center panel and the other one on the opposite side, well, a muppet, namely me, didn't get enough material to be able to cover these as well. So I kind of suspected that was going to be the case. I was hoping maybe we'd be able to use the center cutouts, but obviously it's not big enough. So what we're going to try and do is match the two colours. First of all though, before I go down the route of trying to respray this so it all blends in, we're going to try and clean it up. And to do that, we're going to use a steam cleaner that I've borrowed off my mate Paul. And we're just going to try and clean this panel to start with and see how it comes up.
Happy with the steaming results, I let the panel dry, and my next plan was to take my hobby gun and mini compressor to spray the panel with some black leather dye that I previously purchased a couple of years ago from my Ferrari 348 project. However, unfortunately, as is often the case, that plan didn't go well, for the hobby gun just kept blocking up, and no matter what I tried, I couldn't get the dye to flow and spray correctly. So it was over to plan B, the old school method of doing everything by hand. Now this is a slightly tricky, more complex method because it means you need to be far more careful. Applying the product with a sponge risks getting streaks rather than that nice clean uniform spray pattern from the hobby gun. But take your time and use a slow overlapping motion in both directions and the results are great. And to make sure we got a perfect black colour match between the newly retrimmed panels and the old panel, well, I'm going to be dyeing those too to make sure when they all sit together, they all look right. Now to finish everything off back there, I'm going to give the speaker grills a quick clean up and a lick of paint. And there you go guys, one DIY transform parcel shelf at minimum cost and a fairly simple and, well, fulfilling job to tackle. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Next up, I'm moving on to the center console. We need to sort out two things here, a very flaky chrome gear gate and also the bubbling plastic on this AC panel. Now these AC panels are pretty much the same used on a 355 and a 550, and they all suffer with this bubbling problem over time, and the panels are ridiculously expensive. Since mine is working perfectly, then the cheaper fix is just to replace the fascia with a matching specially produced sticker, which is a damn sight cheaper and, well, is a fairly simple job. I'm using a scalpel to cut away the old fascia, and because most of it is already bubbled and raised, well, it's coming away with ease. I'll then clean everything up, making sure there's no loose bits of old panel on there, and simply stick the sticker on top, and that's it. And there you go, a complete transformation that takes a few minutes and looks 100 times better. The other part I've reworked was the flaky gear surround. Now, I didn't film this because it took way longer to remove that old flaky chrome, but I simply sanded it back and finished it with a couple of coats of clear coat, and actually I prefer the bare metal finish. Now, being completely truthful, I tried to cheat here and buy a used one off eBay, but forgot it was right hand drive, which is a mirror image of the left hand drive one, so that didn't work and is now a funky desk ornament.
Well guys, that is it for today's video on the 456. Really happy with the progress so far. Parcel shelf has come out lovely, and considering we've probably spent £30 on that, £20 for leather, little bit of product for about £10, lot of elbow grease, I think it's come out great. We've also got the center console, probably about the same on that, £20 for a sticker I think it was, a bit of clear coat, and again a lot of elbow grease to get that gear gate sorted out. So considering if I'd have compared that to what a professional would have charged me, well, we've saved a lot of money. Obviously it is not a patch on someone like Claudian, who did an impeccable job on the CS interior, but for me, he's probably only done something like that once before. I think it's come out all right. Anyway, you can join me in part 2 where we're going to tackle the seats on the 456, and trust me, so far they have come out absolutely amazing. I can't believe the transformation on those. And part 2 is actually going to be the final video on the 456 because the car is going for sale. I've done as much as I want to do on it. We've got a car that is fully running and driving, fully serviced, looks good on the interior. There'll be a few little bit of tidying up bits to do on the car with the paintwork, but if someone wants the cheapest 456 on the planet by far, 32,950 is what I'm going to be selling it for. You can get in touch with me. I'll put my email down there. Just email me direct. And well, those proceeds will be going to a very, very worthwhile cause. I did give you guys a little bit of an Easter egg earlier in the video. I don't know if you spotted that. You did drop a comment below. And if you didn't, go back and watch it because we've got some very, very exciting things happening in the background. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Don't forget, check out today's video sponsor, Temu. I'm going to put my code up there and you can pick up some of those fantastic products that I'm going to be using all the time in and around the garage. And talking about in and around the garage, check out what I get up to on a daily basis over on my socials. And until the next one, stay safe and ciao for now.